Hello, everyone. Hello, lovers of stories and rules and fiction, and probably breaking rules too. Why not? Welcome back to IQ D&D, the Ramshackle Adventure. I am, as ever, your slightly flustered Dungeon Master, James Webster, and with me, as ever, are Hugo Jackson.
Hello.
Sara-Jayne Slack.
Sup?
David Wilkinson.
Watcher.
And Craig Hallam.
There are no words. There are no words.
You can't do that just before me and expect me to say something.
The wonderful thing where you make everyone else corpse during the introductions. When we last left our heroes, they had woken up from some lovely dreams to find themselves on some only slightly damp and quite soft refuse, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world, to then have a very tense conversation with Anahis, a shifter who had, a changeling who had emerged through the gate, bringing dire warnings of the machinations of the groups in the land known as the Tangle. And Anahis revealed that Professor Bustious and Professor Mab had sent a message through to the Tangle that had been received by all the various factions there, many of whom have not the best of intentions, or at least destructive intentions towards the outside world. After deciding you weren't immediately going to arrest Anahis, you took him and the sentient filing cabinet, Posit, back to Farrier's home, and decided it was time to check in on Professor Bustious to work out what on earth is going on. When you arrived at Professor Bustious' house, a couple of you were distracted by a stall selling ice buns, but Jack noticed that there was sounds of a scuffle from inside the house and that one of the windows seemed to have been forced open. Jack attempted to sneak into the house and was unsuccessful in going unnoticed. So now things seem to be very much out in the open. There is something wrong in this house and you're going to have to break in to handle that. Meanwhile, Alan Shaw is round the back of the house trying to find a way in and has seen two figures on a rooftop that both seem to have what should look like fatal injuries, indicating they are probably from the Tangle, as most people there have been reborn at least once and bear the marks of their previous deaths. So I'm going to move you all to a new map on Roll20. Okay, so there are the sounds of a fracas from inside the house. One of you is around the back, the rest of you are around the front. What do you wish to do?
I think that I was just about to try the back door and burst in.
Lovely. Remind me, had you successfully climbed the fence into the back garden?
I think I'd gone over the fence, but I'd not got to the house yet.
Very good. Then I will move your token. There you go. So you now should be able to see the back garden.
Oh, yeah, I can. Cool, thank you.
I'm just taking a moment again to appreciate the quality of the graphics that we're all experiencing at the moment. They are first class.
You are welcome.
I'm going to be putting my shoulder to the door as well, but I assume we do that in a minute after Alan's had a bit of a mosey around the garden.
Had a failure. Trying to get in the door.
Yeah, so first of all, in the garden, roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. I will.
At least it's not me there.
I'm going to reveal there are two different stages of difficulty in here. One is a DC 14 and one is a DC 16.
I got a 19.
Amazing. So you get both of these things.
It did that thing where it teeters and then goes,
So first of all, when you look over at the door, you see there's a little doormat beneath it, and it looks like there's a little patterns in the dirt where that doormat has been moved, indicating there might be something underneath it.
Ah, interesting.
You also, on your DC 16, notice that several of the plants in this garden, it's quite a nice but overgrown garden. There's a flower bed and a couple of bushes. A couple of them are moving as if they're looking at you.
Well, that's unnerving. Okay. When you say they're turning as if they're looking at me, do you mean like they're like kind of?
Yeah, just slightly.
They have big googly eyes, and they're like.
No, they've not got eyes, but a couple of them do have kind of large flowers, like overgrown Venus flytraps.
Great.
And a couple of the bushes maybe have like long thorny branches, almost like limbs.
Oh, goddamn. I hate you, Webster. Why do you do this to me? Okay, in that case, I will house and try as far out of reach of these possibly dangerous plants as I can.
Also, there is a path to the door that you can get to whilst avoiding the plants. It will just take a little bit of weaving through.
Oh, that's I will weave heavily, and I'll head towards the mat and see if there's still a key on there, or if it's been stolen.
Yeah, and you will find indeed a key under the mat. From now on, we will jump into the initiative order. And I have just noticed that as I had Anahis on there, we haven't actually rolled new initiative. So if everyone could roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, no.
I'm probably still stuffing my face with food because I just rolled a 4.
Oh, I thought I'd done quite badly. That makes me feel slightly better.
Okay, Wendy on a 4. Who else we got?
I got 19.
Ooh.
Very nice. Very quick off the draw. What's Alan on?
8.
And Jack.
11.
At least Fari is paying attention.
I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But...
And I just need to roll some initiatives myself.
No.
There's multiple initiatives, folks.
Oh, no.
We're going so well.
In case you've noticed, I'm not one of those players that ever really feels confident. I'll never go, yes, let us fight this thing. We're all gonna die.
There will be no Leroy Jenkins this day.
I'd love to play a character called Leroy Jenkins. What should we do? Oh, where's Leroy?
He's
already there.
Just down around the back.
He rolled initiative 2 days ago. He's off.
Yeah, he's off.
All those-
If you do it as a subclass, you'd have to give him advantage on initiative, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Have those of us at the front seen these two people running away over the building?
No, those of you at the front have not. Only Alan has seen them so far.
So we will be unaware of them unless he tells us that they're there.
That is correct. Or unless they become visible to you. Currently, they're at the back of the building. You can't see them yet. You don't have line of sight on them.
Mm-hmm.
Last one.
How many's he rolled?
Oh wait, no, sorry, I was wrong. There's one more.
Sarah's going
We
to...
could probably speed run through this in the edit. I was gonna say.
So what has triggered our sensors at the front?
At the front, it's just the sound from inside. Someone seems to be struggling. There are sounds of something maybe being knocked over.
So I tried to get in through the window, crashed to the ground. Loads of people thought I was breaking into the house. So at this point, I've dragged out my old orderly jacket and declared myself incorrectly, although no, to be an orderly, and that this is all official business. So I'm kind of standing there all.
Yep, and so the crowd have backed off a little bit, being like, "Okay, orderly business. This is less suspicious than we had first thought." So the first thing, those of you outside here, is the scuffle continues inside. There is a sound of a bang and of muffled swearing. Someone seems to be having a bad time inside.
So can you give us an indication as the level of swearing? Are we just talking like, and you can bleep this bit out, Hugo? Are we talking like, and, or are we up at the back? And
like this. It's the kind of swearing you would hear when you've already been having a really tough day and you step on a piece of Lego or like an upturned D4.
Ooh,
yeah, I think that's way beyond anything I was just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
That's colourful.
Up next is Faria.
Oh dear. I was trying to think if I have any spells that could. How strong is the door looking?
It looks like kind of a standard door. It's not brilliantly built, but it is made of wood and hinged to the wall.
Okay. What kind of latch does it have?
It seems to have just a simple kind of tumbler lock.
Okay.
Try opening it.
I was gonna say, can I use shape water to push? Is there any water nearby?
Yeah, say there's a puddle nearby, sure.
Okay, can I use shape water to freeze the lock and kind of bust it open?
That's a phenomenal use of shape water. So yeah, you can, and I think that's within the text of the spell that you can freeze things, isn't it?
Yes, as long as no creatures are inside it.
So yeah, I will allow you to freeze this lock. You will still need to make some kind of athletics or sleight of hand check or thieves' tools check to break it, but it will be much easier.
Has anyone tried turning the handle yet?
I would do.
Don't talk wet.
I guess sleight of hand, because everything else is terrible on me. I don't have strength.
Yep, give me that roll.
5.
I'm afraid that will not do it. So you have successfully frozen the lock, and then you kind of just give it a precise kind of thump with the heel of your hand, but it doesn't give. There's a little cracking, fragile sound as from the frozen lock, but the door hasn't opened.
Okay, cool. Then that's me done.
Super. There are the sounds of more things from inside the house.
Could I ask a question at this point? For example, if Faria had wanted to, if Hugo had wanted to, could Hugo have deferred, or do you have to take your action in order, if that makes sense?
You can absolutely delay your turn.
Right. Okay.
I've got thieves' tools.
So you do.
Would anyone like to defer to me for a moment?
Oh, great.
As it stands, you will be the next person to take an action in any case after some NPCs have done some things.
Oh, right. Okay. I've just dropped my phone. Hang on. Oh, no. I've dropped Work's phone, so that's all good.
It's Sunday. Yeet.
That's dreadful. Alan, you hear a kind of thud and a crash from the alleyway you just came from, as it sounds like someone has just fallen from a roof down into the alleyway.
It's not funny, folks. They could be hurt.
Did they try jumping across from one building to another?
That is a reasonable inference.
Been watching too many parkour videos.
Parkour!
Parkour! That's brilliant. That was really love that. Who's it? Is it my turn next?
Not quite yet. There's a couple of other
sorry.
things happening.
It's really nice when the players aren't the only ones that fail on a roll.
Yeah.
If both of these people on the roof fall off the roof.
Well, that's when Anna should just come around the back and like, oh, you guys got here late, didn't you? Just like, look what I've done already.
Now, and there's the sound of footsteps from inside the house after the muffled swearing. And then something that you do not see. So it is now Jack.
All right, I'll have a crack at the door with my thieves' tools, please.
Wonderful. Gives me a thieves' tools roll. The difficulty is only going to be a 12. Let's say it's a 10 now because the lock has been damaged by being frozen.
Right.
So it's less of a finesse job, and now you can just use a wedge and a lever to basically just crack open the door.
Yeah, so can I have a dexterity modifier on this as well?
Yeah, you absolutely do. You add your proficiency bonus to your dexterity modifier because you are proficient in these tools, and it's a dex check.
So that's a +7 on whatever I throw. And I threw an 8, so I think we're in.
Absolutely. So, yep. Wedge in kind of like a chisel, give it a good thump, door cracks, and swings open. In front of you, you see...
Well, I'll wave Wendy in.
And in front of you, you see a corridor with a couple of doors leading off in either direction and a set of stairs. The sounds you've been hearing sound like they've been coming from the room on the right. That's the one that had the window kind of broken to it, and that's so that this door here seems like it would be the one that's leading towards them. But don't let me tell you what to do. You could go wherever you like.
Do I still have movement then?
You absolutely do, yeah.
Right.
You
I'm
can
gonna
move up to 30 feet, which is 6 squares.
I'm going to move to there and wait for somebody else to come and join me before I open that door.
Super. Yeah, you can do that without any problems. And now it is Alan's turn.
I think Alan would be more intrigued about the swearing oof from the alleyway behind him, especially as he knows someone was on that roof a minute ago. So I will double back, and I can't actually see the squares on this. 2, 3, 4. Is that about 6? Something like that.
Let me just check. Yeah, that's absolutely 6. Give me another athletics check to hop the fence again, though.
Oh, yeah, back over the fence. Yeah. I'm going to roll for this. 12 plus stuff.
That sounded like you had a dice about that big.
And that's a 17.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. You can hop over it with no problems.
Sometimes I do it on Beyond D6.
So yeah, you can see a person who's clearly fallen in a heap. Is looking quite bruised. They're carrying a kind of a crossbow and a knife. They've got. Let me just double check how I drew this one. They're wearing a little kind of green Robin Hood type hat.
Brilliant.
Which is mostly covering kind of the injury on their head that looks like it probably killed them the first time, and might be hiding other things as well.
They fall off a roof last time as well.
Some people just never learn, do they? So I am still a square away from that person, aren't I? So I think I will just
shoot them.
Don't think I'm not tempted. That is a very Alan thing to do. But no, I will just say, did that hurt then? And put my hand on my gun, and I'll be ready if they stand up and attack to draw and fire.
Great. So that's a readied action that will go off with your reaction if the trigger is met.
That
Brilliant.
sounds
It's now someone else's turn inside.
Oh no.
And you don't hear anything.
Oh. That's worse. That is somehow worse than hearing the bumping and swearing.
Okay, and that person also does a thing. Wendy, it is your turn.
Hockey dokie. So I am going to, I think move in. Let's see if I could do it on here. 1 sec. So I'm going to move in 6 squares, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In front of the door.
Great. And you choose to open the door, or are you just going to stand in front of the door? Bear in mind, you could take a dash action to move another 6 squares.
Right. Does it open towards me or away from me?
Away from you.
Okay. I'll look at Jack and make a sort of signal to say, do you want me to go through this door? I'm just trying to think about the logistics of it. So can I draw my sword and motion for Jack to try and open it, because I can't do both. And I'd rather have my sword.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can basically ready in action to take a dash into the room once Jack has opened the door.
Yeah, with my sword drawn.
Yep.
Cool.
Super.
God, it's like watching one of those scenes, isn't it, from like a Navy SEALs movie where everybody's like...
Been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine recently. So.
Brilliant. And if Jack and Wendy could also make me an perception check.
19.
Sorry, was that both of us or just Jack?
Yeah, both of you.
No, 19 plus 3.
Come on. 9.
Then 9's actually enough. So you both hear sounds of kind of scrabbling from the room to the left as well.
Okay.
Almost like sounds that Jack is intimately familiar with. This is the sound of someone tossing the room to see if there's anything valuable. Top of the round again. Let's see. No.
Top of the round.
Nope.
Such an ominous statement, just in it. No context, just nope.
Yeah.
What happens?
There's nothing more nerve-wracking than when the DM's doing the stuff that we don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
I'm not sure what's worse, being able to see the bad guys drawing weapons and fighting us, or not knowing what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. And now it's Faria's turn.
Okay. I don't really know what I can do that's useful. Can I move and then defer? Or do I have to defer everything and then wait and see what happens?
You can use your movement and then hold an action. That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to.
So, or if you want to delay your turn completely, then you wouldn't take movement as either. You would say, "I'm delaying my turn," and then let me know when you want to take it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Alan, so the person who's just crashed to the ground, who's in front of you, kind of stands up and dusts themselves off, says, "Yes, that did hurt."
Good.
And then they kind of look you up and down, and they're making an insight check on you, and they are you trying to like disguise your intentions here, or so I think they get a fairly good read on you that you are here to interrupt what's going on.
Yeah.
and this person says, "Okay, so you're kind of a do-gooder, stick your nose in where it's not wanted, probably mess things up further, not really sure what you're doing, kind of fly by the seat of your pants type, right?"
All apart from the first one, yeah, you're probably about right.
Right, so you've got one chance here to
thumb back the hammer on the revolver as I do it.
so you've got one chance here to leave.
That's weird because I was just about to say the same thing to you.
Okay, tell you what, I'm going to count to 3. On 3, we'll both say yes or no whether we're leaving or not.
Cool. 1,
1,
and then
2.
Pull
I will say that as at 3, you would both have said no, and violence would have ensued. That is a reasonable point at which your delayed action, your held action, can go off. So please roll your attack.
Oh dear. I trust in the power of D&D Beyond, and so my attack roll is was it? 16 after the pluses. If this misses, I'm seriously worried. Because that's about as good as I'm ever going to shoot.
16 will hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. Pew! 4. 12.
Wow.
Oofed.
I don't know what kind of damage does it. Is it piercing damage? Yeah, piercing damage. Yeah, gun does.
So this person having just fallen off a roof and then been shot in the chest immediately falls over. Like, they were clearly raising their crossbow. You got there quicker with your firearm. Blam. This shootout over.
That is
all right.
how the cookie crumbles.
We need to get you a silencer for that gun, though.
No.
Oh, so we would hear that, right?
100%.
Yeah, you absolutely hear a gunshot from around the side of the house.
Okay.
Wait, is this the second time I've made a really loud noise at this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
At least this wasn't in an enclosed space this time.
True. Oh no.
Alan, from the rooftop above you, an arrow shoots down and just misses you, hitting the ground next to you. And you look up and there's someone with a longbow aimed down at you.
That's not very nice.
But they didn't
They
hit
must
you.
have slipped slightly because someone used to using a longbow from height.
Right.
Lucky there, Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good shot.
That was a...
Okay, and now Jack.
Right. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to ignore what's going on in the other room. We can deal with that in a second, one thing at a time. I think if Wendy and I stick together, we're probably in a safer position. So after all the... We're opening the door.
Wait. Is it that or that? Because that's a very important distinction.
I'm assuming there's no locks on internal doors, so I'm trying to do it quietly.
Yep, that is fine. So the door swings open. Behind it, you see what looks to be a living room. There's a little coffee table, an armchair, and a sofa, all looking a bit worn. The room is currently empty, but the coffee table has been knocked over. The armchair is kind of a little off kilter, and the door out of the room is open. So Wendy, at this point, your held dash goes off. So please move 6 squares into the room, in whichever direction you want.
I'm just imagining her going, "Wah!"
And Wendy, please make me a perception check as well.
Oh no.
2.
3.
You saw a really nice bookshelf somewhere. It's like...
There
Oh,
is
why is that
like
table?
a coffee table art book that's been strewn on the floor.
Okay, cool.
That's various different like magical landscapes, and it's real nice. You think you should get one for your place?
How?
Jack?
I don't...
Jack, is the rest of your turn?
Yeah, I think I might walk in as well.
Fab. You can move up to 6 squares in there.
Can I shout to Farrier? Something's going on behind that other door.
Okay.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. You can shout
Okay.
that.
So don't come charging after us.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I'm about there.
Yeah,
About
brilliant.
right?
Please also make me a perception check.
I've got a modifier on this, haven't I?
Cthulhu is behind the other door, which is open.
Yay!
You interrupted my breakfast. Apparently that's how Cthulhu talks now.
10.
Canon. There we go.
It's a 10 total, is that?
Yes.
You also do not notice anything. Wendy seems to have spotted a rather nice art book,
God,
which when you look at, it's like, that's probably worth something.
I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is stealing.
Yeah.
I think we're playing level 2 characters perfectly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think what occurs to Jack, which you can get for free as well, that is worth something and it hasn't been taken.
Yes, of course.
Brilliant. Alan, you have just shot someone, they've fallen over, and someone on the rooftop has fired an arrow at you.
Oh,
What would
yeah,
you
that
like
was
to do?
a reaction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So in that case, presumably I can see the person. They would have had to lean over the parapet to be able to shoot.
Yeah, they're on the edge of the roof.
In that case, I've got bullets to spare. I will take a shot at the person beyond the parapet.
Shoot away.
Is it disadvantage or anything with the? Oh no, is it? They've got extra. I'm guessing I can't see all of them. So
They'll have extra AC. Yeah.
okay. Ooh, that's only a 12.
That won't do it, I'm afraid. So your shot kind of pings off the roof, and a shower of slate goes spewing across the area in the alleyway.
In that case, I will action surge because I can do that now and take another shot.
Nice.
Oh, that's a 16 this time.
That'll do it. Roll your damage.
Thank God for that. Oh, hold on. Let me mark off my bullets, otherwise I'll forget. There we go. I'm actually going to have to reload in a minute if I carry on like this. Oh, that's an 18 on the dice. 25.
Yeah, that will hit.
Take hot lead to the face. I don't know. Never was like the one-liners, really. All the one-liners in the Alan Shaw books, watchers are heavily planned out in advance.
So how much damage is that on the second one?
25.
25 damage.
Yeah.
18 on the dice plus 7.
Sorry, is that 25 to hit?
Oh no, sorry, I just clicked the wrong goddamn button.
Okay.
So it was 16 to hit, 7 on the die, 7 for damage.
Okay, I was going to say that was a monstrous amount of damage for a level 2 character.
Douche nozzle. I clicked the wrong thing.
1 second.
That didn't even click either. When I was like, yeah, 25. You can tell I'm used to playing
Higher level character.
I'm used to playing a ranger who is much higher level. And I'm like, yeah, 25 is about average. What's wrong with it? Oh, no, it's not. That's not normal at all.
Yeah, you have Eldritch Blast in that bullet or something.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, 7 total.
Great.
Oh, I'm gonna have to reload it. I'm gonna look up my reload rules because I don't know what they are.
All right, brilliant.
Cool.
A couple of people have gone, and it is Wendy's turn.
Cool. So the door that's in front of me now, is that open or closed?
It's open, but it's kind of swinging shut, so you can't see in the room yet. But
Okay.
someone's clearly just gone through that door.
Okay, I'm going to follow them. So 6, 3, 4. So doorways 4.
Brilliant, and I will reveal that room to you.
Cool.
So this seems to be some kind of kitchen.
Right.
Oh, let me just hide that one again. So there seems to be a little larder on the right-hand side, a kind of counter where various things are being prepared on the left, and two people carrying the unconscious body of Professor Bustious heading towards that counter.
Okay. I'm just going to yell for them to stop.
Brilliant. So a couple of things to note about this room. One is that on the counter, there is one bowl that's kind of full of water, one kind of loaf of bread that's been cut in half that looks like something. And also some kind of arcane-looking potion. It looks like Professor Bustious uses this both to prepare his lunch and for experiments.
What could possibly go wrong?
Eldritch smoothie.
Sounds like my cat, to be fair, though.
You'll note as well, there is no door out of this room except the one you've come in by, but there is a window above the counter leading out into the garden. It's not a huge window, though, and it is currently closed.
Okay, cool.
And you just want to say stop.
Yeah,
they do not appear... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I'm just going to yell at them to stop.
Super. You yell, and they kind of turn to look at you, but they don't seem to be stopping. If anything, they seem to be speeding up to try and get away from you, and seem to be trying to lift Bustious to just throw him bodily through the window.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go in and try and stop them as much as I can with the rest of my action.
Okay, so you've got a couple of squares of movement left. So you can't get to them, but you could make like a ranged attack with your hook. Or you could use your bonus action. You could use your action to dash to get within melee range of them, and you wouldn't be able to make an attack this turn. But if they tried to get away from you, you'd get an attack of opportunity on them.
Yes, I'll do the second, I think.
Great. So yeah, move up to another 8 squares from where you are.
5, something like that.
Perfect.
Will they get an attack on me if I'm moving into their space, though?
No, that's not a thing in 5e.
Okay, cool. I totally know all the different rules for all of the different...
In 5th... So for David, in previous editions of Dungeons and Dragons, there used to be a bunch of rules regarding when you could have what are called opportunity attacks, when people either move into your kind of melee range, or when they move out of it, or various other things, or when they make ranged attacks against you in melee or spell attacks. In 5th edition, that's been simplified. The only times you can get opportunity attacks are when someone voluntarily moves out of melee range with you.
Right.
And you then use your reaction to do that, and you get 1 reaction a turn. Okay, so next up is...
I have no idea what to do.
That's fine. It's not your turn yet.
I still haven't taken this turn yet.
Oh yeah, it's true. And this is your kind of your last chance.
Okay.
So what I will say though is you do see someone coming through the door on the left out into the hallway. They all.
I hope that's actually Sarah I'm pointing to, because it is on my screen.
You're just pointing to Dave Grohl at the moment on mine. You're in the top right, so that's you for me.
Yeah, but look at them.
If you point, I have no idea where I am. If you point to your right directly, that's it. Yeah, you're pointing through David, and then Sarah's on that side of you.